Hi everybody, good morning, welcome back, and today we are pulling our first ever 24-hour readathon. Right now I have it paused just because since I'm updating you. So I went ahead and read for the entire first hour, so let me kind of update you on what I've read so far, and then we'll get to like the rules and everything like that. So first, I woke up at 7 o'clock. It is now 8:30. I didn't start reading till like 7:20, but then I also paused it a couple times in there for several things. But the first thing I read was actually my Bible, and I read the entirety of, I think it was 1 Thessalonians, so that was like 5 chapters. And yeah, I read all of that. It took me about like 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less. And then after that, I have been reading on my Kindle. And the book I've been reading on my Kindle right now has been Wings of Reverie by Anna Bright, which is the next book in the Wings of Starlight series. So this is the first book in the series, and this is Wings of Starlight, and I absolutely love this one. This one ended up being a 5 stars, and also just look at this beautiful cover art. This is like the prettiest book I own, and it doesn't even have sprayed edges. But since I love this one so much, when I saw the second one got announced, I immediately requested the ARC of it, and I got approved for the Kindle ARC, and then I'm going to get the physical copy once it releases, and I think it releases in August, but I'm really excited for that. So I am about page 207, and I'm really excited for this. The rules and statistics and everything of how we are doing this 24-hour readathon challenge, because I know so many people do it different, but how I really want to do it is try to see how much I can read in a set 24-hour span. I am like going to pause it within like the first couple hours, just because if like I have stuff going on, but like after the first hour passes, I'm not going to pause it anymore. Like eating, all that, the timer's just going to keep going. Yeah, like I've said, I'm currently at 23 hours and 4 minutes left. And yeah, I am about to finish my coffee, which, by the way, this coffee cup is so cute. Another part of this update, I wanted to show y'all my kind of TBR for this readathon. So I have a huge TBR. The more priority TBR is like about half of this or like a third of this. So I probably won't end up getting around to all of this, since of course I'm still reading on my Kindle as well. And some audiobooks I have planned when I'm like doing stuff outside, because I do in fact need to get sunlight and stuff like that. So first book on the TBR is, of course, like I said, Wings of Reverie by Anna Bright. It's really interesting so far, and I'm already sad because I know like how Wings of Starlight ended up was like you knew it was gonna end sad. My priority TBR is like all the arcs I'm reading, and the first one is The Murder Party by Cindy RX He. And then we have Left on Red by Marissa Eller. And then the last arc we have is Falling Like Snow by Misty Wilson. I forgot, but I also have this arc I've really been needing to get around to, because I've had this for months and haven't read it. Then we have a couple more books. I'm just going to speed through these real quick. We have The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. And we have The Summer of Second Chances by K.L. Walther. And then Dream a Little Dream, The Great Seer. And then the last one on my TBR is A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim. I am really excited for all of these books, but like I said, I'm going to be reading on my Kindle for the first book. Okay, quick update now. It is now like right under 22 hours left, and I am at page 290, and the biggest plot twist just happened, and it's just insane. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading. And yeah, hopefully I finish this soon. I am at page 298 of 386, so I have about 86 pages left-ish. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really liking it, but it's also about to be so sad. So yeah, I'm scared. Okay, I'm literally so confused now. It is about time for another check-in, but what do you mean? That's how it ends. Like, I feel like that can't be canon, but like I don't know. I gotta look up if some of these characters are in the movies because I don't think they are. But with that, I've officially finished all the books on my Kindle, so I will be starting a physical book soon. I'm not sure what. I'm probably honestly just going to listen to an audiobook, get some physical activity in, because if not, I am not going to be able to stay up if I don't get any physical activity in. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And we have 21 hours, 7 minutes, and 56 seconds left. I need to read my 5 chapters or an entire book of the Bible. I'm not sure which of these I'm going to read. I'm probably going to read one of these 2 first, but yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, I've decided, since I finished 1 Thessalonians as my first book of the Bible to read, I'm now going to just go straight into 2 Thessalonians, and it's really short anyway, but I didn't even know that when I decided. But I'm going to read this now, and then I think I'm going to start on Left Unread. Okay, I just finished this these 3 chapters were actually really good. I think I am, for like my chapters and stuff, honestly just gonna continue on from here for the rest of the challenge, but I'm not exactly sure. I might stop when they start getting like super long, but yeah. So I actually think I'm going to wait on reading Left Unread, and I'm actually going to listen to an audiobook of the book Fireblood by Ellie Blake, which is the 2nd book in the Frostblood series, because I want to do some sort of physical activity while I listen to the book, so I'm still being productive by listening to the book. And we are currently at 20 hours and 55 minutes left. Also, I forgot to say, it is 11:25, and also my headache went away. I'm so glad it did. And also all my reviews and my updates of all the books I read during this challenge will be at the end. So yeah. Okay, now I'm listening to the audiobook, and I gotta package some orders now. Okay guys, we're officially at 19 hours left, and I ended up finishing Fireblood, and it was pretty good. And then I also read all of 1 Timothy, and that's kind of what I'm at now. So I've read 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, and then I've also completely read Wings of Reverie and Fireblood. So already like 5 hours in, and I'm really procrastinating, so let's get to reading. I think I'll definitely honestly get more reading done at night because I won't have as many distractions, but we'll see. So I just got set to read Left Unread, and this book is also so cute. This is an ARC that I requested that I got, and we're starting off on page 69, chapter 10. So yeah, I think I'll fly through this because it is a rom-com and it is rather short. Let me just see how many pages it is real quick. Right under 300 pages, so I personally think I'll be able to finish this really quickly. And yeah, I'm really excited, and I'll check in a little bit. 18 hours left, and I honestly haven't read too much more. I'm now on page 130. I definitely got distracted quite a lot. I actually played basketball with my family some, and we just hung out outside. But yeah, I at least read some, so yeah. So I actually ended up getting really busy, and so now I only have 13 hours left. Literally, where have these past like 7 hours gone? But I'm still on Left Unread. I'm getting close to the end, so I definitely think I will finish this after dinner really quickly, and then I will definitely be finishing at least, I'm hoping, 2 more books after this. And then I also created a poll on Goodreads for y'all to vote on which book besides ARCs I should read these were the choices I gave you, and so far A Forgery of Fate is winning, so we'll see how it ends up being. I am literally so behind. This is my current TBR. Yeah. It's 7:32. Let's see how much we can read tonight. I am still probably not gonna read for a while because I'm probably just gonna hang with my family. But I'll let you know when I get back to reading. It is currently 2:18 and I just finished Left Unread. And so now I'm going to start on 2 Timothy. And then, yeah. So far I've read 6 books. I've read 3 books of the Bible and 3 fiction books. So yeah, I am really excited. This challenge is going pretty good so far. And I'm really hoping that I can like double. Instead of doing 6 in the last 6 hours, hopefully I could do like 12. Okay guys, it is officially time for an update. I'm having to talk really quiet because like everybody in my house is asleep right now. I currently have 7 hours and 51 minutes left on the clock and it is 12:30 in the morning. I am about to finish the murder party. I've been like flying through this trying to get this done so I can move on to my next book. It's like interesting, but I feel like it's like the plot is like way too similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like discovering the clues. Update, I just finished the murder party. I really enjoyed it and I absolutely love Cindy RXT and her writing is just so good. So now I'm going to read the next book of the Bible that I'm on, and then I'm going to see which book in the book poll that I created won. So basically I did a post on YouTube and Goodreads of like 3 books. I did A Forgery of Fate, The Cheerleaders, and Summer of Second Chances, and I just did the plain color, and then I just did a couple emojis that like described what kind of the book was about a little bit, and I'm having people vote, so I'm gonna add up those votes because it's on YouTube and Goodreads, so I need to add them all up together, and we will see which book wins, and then that will be the one I read next, and then hopefully I'll finish that one and be able to finish Falling Like Snow before my 24 hours is up. So my hope is to finish 2 more books in this 7 hours in this stack. So yeah, I officially just added up all the votes of the books, and I had them as teal, dark blue, and like a beige. So this one ended up being teal, this one ended up being beige, and this one ended up being dark blue. Coming in last place, we have beige with 31 votes. Second place ended up with 50 votes was The Summer of Second Chances. Leaving our last book, our dark blue, A Forgery of Fate, with 55 votes. I am glad this one got picked because I'm already in the middle of it. So it'll be a whole bunch of pages and a fantasy I feel like I could fly through. It's also a standalone. Yeah, it is like almost 500 pages though, so we'll see how that goes. I'll check back in with y'all in a little bit. Starting at chapter 9, page 98. Okay, I'm officially getting delirious. timer honestly keeps messing up, so I'll probably just stop around 8. But I'm thinking so much stuff is funny and it's not really funny, and I'm struggling to keep my eyes open at the moment. But yeah, I finished my bowl of chips, but since it's only 2:13 and I'm not gonna go to bed till 8, I'm gonna go make myself a nice coffee with only half a scoop of coffee because I'm not gonna be able to stay awake otherwise. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go do that. It's so dark in my house, so it's kind of scary, not gonna lie, after reading the thriller, but it's fine, you know? I feel like that literally took so long, but I'm back with my coffee. 6 hours left. Let's go. Okay, little update time. I am actually really enjoying this, and I'm remembering how much I like Elizabeth Ann's writing. Currently on page 183, and it's not wanting to focus. There we go. So yeah, also I absolutely love this bookmark. So cute. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and still have quite a lot to go. 5 hours, and I want to try to finish this book and this one, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'm gonna try to speed read some more of this because it's like 500 pages. I think it's 470, so I'm still not even halfway there yet, but I'm really enjoying it. Drinking my iced coffee. I think I'm gonna walk around just in my room back and forth and read, because I'm starting to get really sleepy and kind of delusional. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that to keep me awake. Okay, so right now I'm enjoying it. I'm at chapter 26, page 268 or 269, but I feel like it's taking so long, and I don't know, I think it's just like a lot of words are just on one page, and there's so many pages, but like, I think I finally reached the halfway mark. Yeah, I'm a little bit past halfway. Oh my goodness, like, I'm so tired. 4 hours and 47 minutes left. I do think I'm going to be able to get it to Falling Like Snow. Hopefully this book should not take me 4 hours to finish. Hopefully it only takes me like those 45 minutes, but we'll see. I need to do some speed reading, but honestly my eyes are just getting really tired, and I wish I had the audiobook of this, but I don't, because I can't find it on anything, and then all the other books I want to read, the audiobooks aren't available because it's like Falling Like Snow, which I want to read the most, is an ARC, and then this one I just can't find anywhere for free, and I don't feel like spending $30 on Audible. So yeah. Such bad restless legs. I've been walking around doing squats, stretching, but right now I'm just having my weight blanket on and I'm reading in a different position because my legs hurt. This is really a reason I really want to get a walking pad, but anyway, that's besides the fact. I really want to get this done because I want to be able to read Falling Like Snow and not this last book I read, so yeah. So I ended up laying down right there with my weighted blanket, and then I had my book right there and I was reading, and that was a mistake. I think I kind of might have took a little bit of a nap. I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely almost fell asleep and almost started dreaming multiple times. So that was risky, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. Now I'm just up here in my seat with my weighted blanket because I just have really bad restless legs and it's getting late. And I have 3 hours, 18 minutes left. Still haven't finished this yet. My hope is to at least have 2 hours for falling like snow, because I feel like I can fly through that because it's just like a fluffy rom-com. So that's my hopes. It's almost 5 o'clock, so yeah. It is literally getting so hard to stay awake, but still working on this. 3 hours left, and we have still, I think, 120 pages left, 130. This is taking so long. I am breaking open my last pack of Doritos because I need a snack. Finally approaching the end of this. I'm so excited to start the next book. I feel like I've been on this one for forever and I keep falling asleep. It's honestly so interesting and I love it, but it's like too much for my brain to handle. I don't know. I'm also just like so tired. I still have like 2 hours left, so yeah. It is now officially morning. It is currently, like 6:13 in the morning. The challenge ends at 7, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to fly through this book to get another one and then start on this one. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just came outside because I cannot stay awake in my room any longer. I've been awake in my room basically for like almost a full 24 hours at this point. I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully the time will fly by fast. I can just go to sleep. Yeah, I'm so tired. I don't know if I'll ever do this again, but I mean, it was fun. I just wanted to do it once before summer was over, you know?
Dude, I fell asleep for like 10 minutes still.
This is so random, but this is the only one that seems remotely interesting to me, and I only have 20 minutes left, so yeah, I'm gonna read this for a little bit. My first ever Freedom McFadden. We'll see how this goes. Ta-da! I will update y'all later. I'm gonna go sleep now. Hi guys, it is officially time to give reviews and talk about all the books that I read during this 24-hour readathon. Now I have to say this was my first ever readathon, and like I said, for every one fiction book I read, I was reading an entire book of the Bible. They were the shorter books of the Bible, but that still helped me get my book count up there, because books of the Bible I'm counting as a book. So I read about 5 books of the Bible. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, of course, those are 5 stars. They were really good. I really liked it. We read 1st, 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, and Philemon. And that was all of the Bible that I read. And then for the reviews for each of the books, I actually started some that I didn't finish, but these are just what I thought about all of them. And the first book I read was Rings of Reverie by Anna Bright, and this basically follows Periwinkle from the Tinkerbell Secret of the Wings. Basically, there are these nightmares that children have, and they are trying to like kill the pixie dust tree. And then she meets this this fairy that has this lost talent of being able to like capture these dreams and make stuff with them. His name is Weaver, and so they are gonna try to work together to save this because she's been having dreams, and using her good dreams and Weaver making stuff with them can save the pixie dust tree. So that basically followed them, and it was really good. I was expecting it to be sadder at the end than it was. I still absolutely loved it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna rate it to like a 4.5 or a 5-star. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say like 4.5, but if I change my rating, I will let you know. I'll put it up on the screen. And yeah, it was overall really good. I'm kind of scared for the next book because we still have a while in the timeline, and I don't know how many books are going to be in this series, but for things to be canon with the movies, which it says that it's completely canon with the movies, but for it to actually be canon with the movies of when Periwinkle and Tinkerbell meet, some stuff is still going to have to happen to some of these characters for it to then be canon. So yeah, that was really good, and I really enjoyed that one. Then I read Left on Red by Marissa Eller, and this is a rom-com, and this basically followed Nova and Hayes, and basically they've always been competing for first place for the highest GPA at this like advanced high school that's like on this college. They're basically already in college, but it's high school. But yeah, basically they're competing over that, and they end up slowly growing closer in this one class because it's this class that Nova has always dreamed of, and then ends up being such a letdown, and she has to be, you know, build her character and all this. It was actually really, really good. I'm not good at explaining it, but I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to rate that a 3.75. I really enjoyed it, and I do think it's funny. A lot of the actually, this book and the next book that I read after this one, both of them mentioned ChatGPT as like a joke, and I thought that was so funny because it was right after each other, but it was also late at night, so that also could be why I thought it was funny. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and also the cover's really pretty. I love the purple color, like it's such a pretty purple. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So like I said, that was a 3.75. Then the next book I read was The Murder Party by Cindy RX Heat, and now I did tell y'all a little bit about what I was thinking about this when I was reading it. I was saying that it kind of reminded me of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder too much, where I didn't really like it, but once it got to the end, it definitely differed from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It was just like some certain things reminded me a little bit too much of it. Some of the little plot points was like, that's literally straight out of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So in the end, I'm going to give this a 4.25 because I absolutely loved it, and I love this author's writing and all the twists and everything. And basically, this book follows a girl named June, and her older sister Lily was stabbed while at this club that they literally call the Murder Club. Basically, they would come up with like murder mysteries, and they would act them out and try to figure them out. Well, one time a prop knife malfunctioned, and it turns out that her older sister actually ended up getting stabbed to death. And so she's trying to figure out if this was really an accident or not, who stabbed her, all this stuff, and she starts getting threats. And yeah, everyone thinks it's an accident besides her, so she starts like interrogating all her older sister's best friends, and she is like feeling so bad because all of this time, if she would have still been close to her sister, she could have known all this or even saved her, because they had a fight months before and they hadn't been in contact since because they'd just been so mad at each other. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Also, this is such a cool thriller cover. Like, most thriller covers are all the same, like basically like they're all black with just like a little something on the cover, but this one is actually really interesting cover, I think. So yeah, I'm giving that one a 4.25. Then this was the last actual book that I finished, and this is A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim. This is the book that I let y'all vote on. I let y'all vote on a dark blue, a teal, or a beige book, and I added them up across YouTube and Goodreads, and it turned out that dark blue won, and dark blue was A Forgery of Fate, which honestly I don't know if I should have had that as one of the choices because of the fact it is like almost 500 pages. This took me like 3 or 4 hours to read, and this was so hard not to fall asleep to. I absolutely loved it. It's not that it was boring. It was reading that much of like a standalone fantasy at night when like all I want to do is fall asleep. It was kind of hard. This is also like I think one of the first ever standalone fantasies I read. No, I've read standalone fantasies before. This is just like the first one in a while, I think. I just don't read much standalone fantasy. And yeah, it was really good. So basically this follows a girl named Truian Sagis, and she became a con artist. Basically, she will replicate the style of an artist painting, and she's really good at painting, and she'll paint, and then she has a friend named Gary who will sell it for her, or Gary, who will sell it for her, and they'll have a fake verification stamp and everything, and they'll sell this, and that's how she's getting by, is doing this. She will randomly accidentally paint the future, and it's really cool. Basically, her family is about to be, her sister's about to be taken by gangsters who her mother is in gambling debt to, and basically she has to have this marriage contract with this very mysterious dragon lord, and that is the only way that she can keep her family safe and all of that. So that is what she has to do, and she has to live in the sea in the dragon world. And I loved all the cameos of the different characters and all the mentions of the different characters we have. We had mentions of characters from Six Crimson Cranes, and yeah, I just really liked it. It was really enjoyable. Also, the edges are gorgeous. But yeah, it says a girl who paints the future, a cursed dragon lord bound by love and deception, they will bring down the gods. It was literally so good, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to rate this one. I think I'm going to rate this one a 4.75. I feel like it would have been a 5-star if I read it at any other time, but I feel like I almost rushed it because I didn't want to fall asleep and I wanted to be able to read another book. But yeah. Then I actually read a book on audiobook. This is actually not going too much in order, but I ended up listening to an audiobook. I listened to the audiobook Fireblood by Ellie Blake. This is the second book in the Frostblood trilogy. And Frostblood is basically, there are 2 races with elemental powers, and one of them has powers of frost and ice, can create ice, control ice. And then the other race is the Firebloods, who can control fire, make fire, all that. And our main character is a Fireblood, and she has been hidden all her life because in the kingdom she lives in, all of the Firebloods have been killed and the Frostbloods rule. And basically she gets figured out one time, her mom dies, and then she's in prison, but she gets recruited by this like secretive group to help kill the king. And so there's also a bunch of like court intrigue and like figuring out all these secrets in court, and it's really cool. I really loved the first one. The second one I'm going to have to once again give 4 stars. The first one was a 5-star. The second one was like a 4-star, 4.2. Really good, but also not quite a 5-star. I'm really looking forward to the third book in the series though, Nightblood, because I'm like, I really like it. This is reminding me of like the feeling of reading a fresh book like Red Queen when I hadn't read Powerless yet. It was so good. Then I have 3 books that I started but did not finish, and that was Falling Like Snow, Never Lie, and Nancy Drew. And of what I had read of all 3 of these, they were really interesting. I was just so tired I couldn't stay awake. And Falling Like Snow is an art that's it's not out yet. I believe it comes out, yeah, it comes out in October. And it's actually signed. The author herself actually responded to my art request and sent me it. But yeah, that is all of the books that I ended up reading during my 24-hour readathon. So in total, I believe I read 10 or 11 books. I think 11, counting the books of the Bible that I read. And I really enjoyed doing this. It was really hard, but I think if I get like a Dr. Pepper or something next time, I could stay up way easier. So this was all of the books that I read during that 24 hours. I think I definitely could have read more, but I did have stuff going on, so that's okay. But yeah, that is all the books I read, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you think I should do this again, comment down below. I might do it again, but also summer's almost over, so probably not, and I need my sleep. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and